Research by Cruelty Free International and the Dr. Hadwin Trust suggests that at least 115 million animals may be used in experiments worldwide each year. Whilst there are now legalisations in place to prevent animal testing, there are still cases where this happened, and not all cosmetic products are cruelty free. We spoke to some of the largest brands in the UK who are against animal testing to find out more.
For a company to be cruelty-free, then Peter would ask that that company neither tests its products nor its ingredients, and it wouldn't ask its ingredient supplier to either conduct tests on animals or to commission any tests on animals for any purpose anywhere in the world. Peter has also funded studies to help validate non-animal testing methods. So, for example, Epiderm is a test that can be used to replace the notorious skin irritation test that has harmed and maimed so many millions of rabbits over the years. And this test is now approved by the regulatory authorities as a complete replacement method. Which, unfortunately, there's no legal requirement to state if you are either cruelty-free or not. And it's also a little worrying because in the European Union, there's no clear set definition of what cruelty-free actually means.
L'Oreal owns lots of brands, some of which, like The Body Shop, will have cruelty-free accreditation, but majority won't. However, from an EU perspective, L'Oreal still have to comply with EU regs, so they cannot test their products' raw materials on animals. They, The Body Shop, were the first to become involved in this issue. Their unique selling point has been about natural products that perform and do not harm the environment or tested on animals.
Peter works extensively either directly with companies, we also work with the regulators, policy makers, and we work as well in terms of educating the public about animal testing. In China, for example, the regulatory authorities over there still require cosmetics to be tested on animals for certain types of cosmetics. So a company that sells in China knows that their product is likely to be submitted to these particular tests. We've estimated that hundreds of thousands of animals are tested on throughout the world for cosmetic purposes, and the kinds of tests that might be done are that rats, rabbits, guinea pigs or mice may well have ingredients either injected into their body or forced down their throats for weeks or even months on end, and this can cause sickness, diarrhea, convulsions and even death. And the more notorious Draize tests actually involve rabbits being withheld in restraint stocks so that they can't move their bodies and they can't get to rub to their eyes. So when they're in these stocks, their eyes are actually held open and chemicals will either be dripped into their eye or sprayed or rubbed directly onto their eye, and they're not able to resist or wipe away that at all. And in the similarly shocking skin irritation tests, their fur will be shaved off and then chemicals will be rubbed onto their exposed skin to see what extent the damage the chemicals will cause to their skin. So really quite horrifying tests that these animals have to endure. Animals are thinking, feeling beings, and just like people, they experience suffer, they can feel pain and fear, just like we do. And animals like us have an overwhelming instinct and desire to be free from those feelings of pain and fear and to live their lives, not to be locked up in a laboratory cage, subjected to these horrific tests. It's just a shameful practice, and considering the superior and widely available non-animal methods that can be used to test the safety of cosmetics, there is absolutely no reason to continue testing cosmetics on animals. One trend that's increasing at the moment is the use of snail slime or snail gunk. So that's something to look out for. What people don't realise is in order to harvest the snail slime, the snails are actually agitated or stressed using salt, or they may well be starved to make them produce more of their slime. Because producing slime for snails is a stress response. So they're also as well stimulated to electric shocks to get this slime from them. Other ingredients as well to look out for are things like lanolin. Lanolin is actually the gunk that comes from the wool of a sheep. But lanolin is something that's frequently used in various creams and lotions. But Peter has exposed extensive abuse of sheep during the shearing, and this abuse has involved kicking sheep, punching and stomping on them. Other ingredients to look out for would be gelatin or collagen, and collagen is something that's very well known for. You see it in quite a few different beauty products such as various moisturisers and lotions. But what people don't realise is actually to make gelatin or collagen, you're actually taking the muscles, the skin, the ligaments, the tendons, possibly even the bones of animals such as sheep, cows, possibly horses and even fish, and you are boiling that up to make this product that you are then going to put onto your skin. But the good news is there are a lot of synthetic alternatives to these ingredients, and also look out for plant-based ingredients. So look out for things like jojoba oil, avocado oil, almond oil. These are all excellent alternatives.
Hey guys, so we're going to do our everyday makeup, see if you can spot the difference.
Okay, so first we're going to start with our primer.
So primer's all done, now on to foundation.
I feel like this is going to look really funny for everyone watching.
Finally done with my foundation. Concealer next. Make your face nice and skinny. And there we go. Oh, there's a mirror
Add
here.
some definition.
Okay, so brush through my eyebrows.
So next is eyeshadow. You can obviously pick whatever eyeshadow colours you want because that's your choice.
Oh no, the eyeliner time now. But you're on the second eye already? Oh my gosh.
Yeah?
This is the problem, trying to do my left eye. Yeah. I'm gonna cross your arms over like this, look. Just put one arm in there.
I don't do that.
I can't do it.
I feel like with eyeliner, like you know how your eyebrows are like meant to be sisters, not twins?
Yeah.
Your eyeliner are like distant cousins, not sisters.
Yeah. Right. Mascara? And then lips.
My lips are going to be bright pink.
So, I feel like both of our makeup looks good for the fact that we're a bit rubbish at makeup. But the main difference is that mine is all cruelty-free products, that is Siobhan's isn't. So
The question is, what if you can achieve the same nice look, why are you willing to test on animals like these ones here?
exception of my foundation, nearly every single product I use is from like a budget makeup line which you can get in your like, local Boots, Superdrug, whatever. So most of my makeup would not have cost me more than £20 altogether. It's only my foundation which is more expensive, but obviously there are cheaper alternatives. So why spend more and harm animals when you could spend less and achieve the same look for less money and save the animals as well?
I agree.
Well, once a company is certified by PTUS as being cruelty-free, they have the option of buying the bunny logo. And this is brilliant because for consumers, it means at a glance, they know that product is going to be cruelty-free. Then next time you're out shopping and you need to replace your mascara or your blusher, have a think about supporting a company that's not just cruelty-free, but also vegan.
Recently we had something called the Lush Summit, which was a large event in London, which was a mixture of product launches but also a soapbox for different charitable organisations that we work with and ones we've not worked with before to come and speak on a sort of public sort of stadium, if that makes sense. We worked with a number of different animal welfare charities during that, as well as a lot of humanitarian ones as well. We've done 2 years in a row, we've done a bath bomb called Mayday, which looks like a little badger, and he raises money to fight against, he's fought against and helped to lobby against animal welfare issues when the new government was coming in, but also against things like the badger cull, which has been proven scientifically to not work to prevent bovine TB. Although we are currently working with Humane Society International, our best-selling shampoo bar is called New, and it's bright red and used to have a cinnamon stick on the top. It now has a little recycled wooden board on the top printed with a hashtag both in English and in Mandarin. The Mandarin one goes on to Weibo, which is a widely used social media network in Asia, and as an English one is to be used on Twitter. Our charity pot, which we sell year round, is a moisturiser which, apart from the VAT, all the money that you put into it goes into a fund which is split between charities, including animal welfare charities, anti-animal testing charities, and things like environmental and humanitarian causes as well. The people who are still doing animal testing are the people who've invested in animal testing. It's not because it's the best method, it's not because it's the cheapest, it's not because it's the most reliable, it's because they have money vested in it. So some of the big companies involved in it have put all that money in and don't want to waste it. It doesn't provide us with decent scientific data. It doesn't provide us with an accurate representation of the way products are going to behave for safety. And in a non-scientific factor, it's not right to use animals for something that is so superfluous as cosmetics. They're beautiful and we love them and we love sharing them with our customers, but the thought of having to put any animal through distress in order to share even one bath bomb with a customer is just not right. So when we reformulate products, quite often we make them into a vegan alternative, such as our Milky Bar Popple Bar. Recently removed dairy milk from it and replaced it with soy milk. But we believe that you don't need to put an animal through testing in order to have a good cosmetic product, and we know that for scientific reasons as well. But we also believe we don't need non-vegetarian products when the natural world provides us with so many beautiful things that do the same thing. For example, a good one is squalene. Squalene is a compound found in both shark liver oil and olive oil, and it's as close to our natural skin sebum as possible. A lot of companies use shark liver oil, we use olive oil, and the simple reason is, why wouldn't you?